Akwabo akwaba. Yere kwa yedi nkra. Yere ba yedi nkra. Nkredi ene akoniabedi mpa abrabo ni wiase munti. Ode si kronkron yemo akwaba. Ewe etifi anafo epuei atoi ehum aham enono ne haha benfo ne aboyafo ne akomafo ne akamafo ne ayemafo ne adimafo ne adimafo ne afamafo amantamboyafo akofo akodofo anokwafo atekrema pemfo amoni atekrema pemfo boboni mpu ma atekrema pemfo tekrema kui ma atekrema pemfo akwajina mo atechiri fari ne chembe bi atra na chamfo amokoya bana marawoma monkwaso tumban suna mensenyi suna mentianyi je suna mentampe suna sonko ben ni asense ben ni atente ben fiafia hwe.
Latitude 0, longitude 0. Speaking from the center of the world, Ghana. This is where we are. This is the center of Pan-Africanism. Moving black people forward, uniting us on the same platform, telling the stories that concerns us. Boom! Zo TV Talking Points. Do not change the dial. Stay tuned.
Yes, another great episode. This time I'm bringing you something different again. Every time is different. It's never gonna be the same. Just because we are doing our work right. We are behind Africa. We want to bring the authentic stories from the motherland. And so, I am going to take you on this journey, something I call the Lost Griot.
Ewe etifi anafo epuei atoi ehum aham enono ne haha benfo ne aboyafo ne akomafo ne akamafo ne ayemafo ne adimafo ne adimafo ne afamafo amantamboyafo akofo akodofo anokwafo atekrema pemfo amoni atekrema pemfo boboni mpu ma tekrema pemfo tekrema kui ma tekrema pemfo akwajina mo atechiri fari ne chembe bi atra na chamfo amokoya bana marawoma monkwaso.
Wow.
So in short, appellations are words or titles that are used in creating a mental picture of an identity of a group of people.
All right.
Or individuals based on the traits that they exhibit.
All right.
Sure.
So the appellation you give now, what sort of identity, what trait is that?
Okay. So, I started by saying a Tiffy and Nafu Epuya. It's like I'm addressing the entire world.
All right.
And so, Abenfo, like,
yes,
Nipa Wabeng, spiritually and physically.
Yeah.
Abuafo, like helpers.
Yeah.
Akomafo, So it's like I'm trying to address the entire humanity from a perspective of acknowledging their contributions in diverse ways.
What language are you speaking?
This is a Kwakunchi.
The Kwakunchi?
Yes, please.
But everybody who speaks Tree can understand where you are coming from.
Yes, please.
Viewers, I don't think that I will be able to, explain everything from word to word. You would have to feel it, you have to get a vibration from where it's coming from, and there's no way I can write it and give every meaning in English. Some things just don't have English meaning. They just African language and that is it. But be with me through the journey because at a certain point in time, you will understand when he's speaking. I met you at a funeral.
Sure.
And you went on and went on and went on and went on and went on. And I asked myself, when is he going to stop? 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 And it was never ending. I want to recapture that scene again. Eh? Let's assume that I have taken you to, which is, somebody will say, why a funeral as an example, but, it is all part of the story. Take me to a funeral scene again and give me an appellation.
I will start that in a funeral. Before we perform, I try to get a mental picture of everything the person as in the deceased stood for.
All right.
And then the background. So the appellation has to resonate with the background of the person or the people, the environment there.
Okay.
So let's assume that we are in an account setting.
Yes.
Assemble na to asona agona aduana ekona oyoko asechiri.
Anyway, let me pause you. Let me pause you. Because you said that you like to get a background of the personality as well.
Yes.
Let's just assume that it is a funeral of a great king who comes from the Ekrapim region, where you come from. And that great king has fallen. And you are going to give an appellation before he will be buried. Let's flow. That is the background, that is the personality.
Tumban suna mensenye suna mentieni je suna mentampe suna sonko beng ni asense beng ni atente beng fiafia hwe. Unipa petupo krochia mansesi odoto asemo odoto wusu bre. Asengesi esi mamrenke so abulumu asio. Odupong etutu manne abopong ene kwa bibiri nyinara atendim na momye madam refedue o tintin bi a owo kento e de atiampo ma tintin bi asomo na won tintin bi akwa awura bantin adontin akofa asem tintin bi abateta obetin manne adana asem tintin bi a o tintin ni obentintin ni obentintin ni okobon tintin bi odukwa no nyinara tumi nso wa mi o Yiti okuyapeman ehyemedia na okuyapeman ya wanu de American say obrempon ya ma nante brebre na so okuyapeman rema obrempon nante brebre dia ne yere hyase afihin fibre kusu koka brebe antu amfom ya no meteme so renga na man ohine badade acheman ti atua ne ohine kofu sabrempon oto brija kan se briku kuyabena na nso wo apena na ma what they paintings are from some painting they met my catching in the Fuabo, clothing is your boy, you want to remain rebel as Ramadio Wangaso. As a shall see Eddie if you could see. Nay, you brew queer jam among Guam and Quapron and Amon was on my begging the refugee. The bill, a brim poon cream coo was on an answer in a poon cream be up here. Or man, what you are not a frau. Near Broy through cancer. Semenshia when you have a befie, or man and another trap with Yadan, Crow and name the footy crutiary and one anonymous woman begging the preferred Jew. I say, I shall see ya. Now a year, I shall see Chiaso Cotoko man can see a poor ben or two there with a song of a song as you have been your song. Yama said in very dear son. Why your man can see a poor ben was woman begging the preferred G. Now say, your boss must see ya. Na your boss man says Santim Makoto, Pum de Nana, one madam, Repuchin, Puna, Kuja, Mang, and Siabrina, what could Timo Asaira was on the Indemnity. Tutu, or that pay or that patrama penny medin, children, Chassis, Yacomiana, what you will now do some of the Indemnity.
Yes, man. You know what? If I want to allow this guy to flow, I don't think the program will ever come to an end. But because a great king has fallen, and this is the sort of appellation he will give when the king is about to be buried. Let's just go again. I know that traditionally, when a child is born and they are doing the naming ceremony on the 8th day, right?
Yes.
In the olden days, somebody like yourself, as a griot, will come and also do appellation to grandstand that child coming into the world. Let's assume that a new baby has been born in the courtyard, and you are going to give an appellation to that newborn baby. Give me a flow.
Akwabo akwaba. Yere kwa yedi nkra. Yere ba yedi nkra. Nkredi ene akoniabe di mpa abrabɔ ne wiase mu nti. Ɔde se kronkron yɛmo akwaba. Aware mu nsɛm, nyinsɛm mu nsɛm, awo mu nsɛm, ne awo akyi nsɛm sɛbe enye dantawa a asrewa moko yi atia obegwam. Obia rekɔwe a ogyina owu ene nkwanta. Enti na pe de ma otin ko afi ɔde se kronkron afi ena waba bɛka ye ho. Wani tua. Mpani se sabe. Wuse nsu a na yensu. Wuse nsa na yensa. Wuse aprapransa nsu a na ya aprapransa. Nemo ewiase na wabɛwo no nya yere ka kosi ni se ade ba akopɛ ene obra ne mra no kwaredi. Eni ti sabre yi etitirufu awuro a wahia mu ha. Etotowuro bensen, etotowuro two, esisi birisi, egodo brankata konkura mantenten a sebe bana biasa. Waye akochiri twa mantambo afo asasahwehwe anhwe a wo wura nsaso no wura kokura wura nsem wura na nsedokono de won kwato won nsem boro pentemprem de so kofa nguduma wotiri bofie nya wonyara ano de american se inshira domankoma efi nya wo fi bo won krabia ene wo hyebre inshira domankoma efi eye awia domankoma ne yesu domankoma ne nsase domankoma ne mframa domankoma ne abo domankoma wura odomankoma domatoto bensen domatoto wuro to ne esisi birisi ne abudu brankata nkompra mantenten me bisu ya gitiri kini akatraka ni gitiri kini patrapa ni kekere de ni nkogorodo kwankwan chire bidi amani chire bidi abrempon apankran ni aprankisi ku ni apanka branke generation akasa en wori hwie wo kremu jo
boom Zo TV, boom Zo TV. You know what? I tell you, man, I told you, we only come with authentic stories, man. See the beauty of Africa. You see the beauty of Africa before everything got smashed and messed up. This is the way to go. Do you think that this is done again anywhere when, a child is being born? I don't see it again. Do you see that again? When a child is being born and on the 8th day, do you see this again?
No, of late everything has been modernized against the progress of Africa.
All right.
Yeah, in favor of the economic strength of the Europeans.
Okay. So everything is going away.
Sure.
But because you are alive and I'm alive,
sure,
we are going to keep the story alive.
Sure.
And we'll keep pushing it.
There are other lovely people alive.
Yeah. So what brought you to this whole lifestyle? Yeah.
Thank you. I started from class 1 as an artist.
Okay.
I started drawing the pictures of our various textbooks.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to watch and draw.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I started in class 1.
Yeah.
And then at the point in time, I started imagining, after drawing and people praising me and all that, I decided to take it to another level.
Okay.
So I used to sit down and have an imagination of a hunter in a forest.
Okay.
And then draw him, draw someone else. I just sit down and decide to draw anyone.
Okay.
From any, background.
Yeah.
And then after that, I will sit down and try to come out with something, a write-up, short write-up, that differentiates the person or makes, whatever makes the person unique.
Okay.
What is it that drives the hunter to
the forest?
The forest.
Okay.
What is it that drives someone to trace its prey
Okay.
and all that.
Yeah.
So I used to like if I'm
You do a lot of imagination.
yes, if I'm drawing a farmer, I write a poem or a write up about a person.
Okay.
So that drove me into investigating into everything that makes one group of people unique
Okay.
in relation to the other.
Okay.
So at the point, I also started going around palaces, asking for their stories.
Okay.
The
Then
meaning
you
of
go,
the
you go
town.
to the king's palace.
Yes, like if it's a breed,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go there
Yeah.
and ask the meaning of a breed,
Okay.
the etymology.
Okay.
How did we arrive at the name
Every. Yeah.
and then they will tell you the story.
Mm-hmm.
So I started jotting them.
Okay.
Yes. Prior to that, I also had another interest in terms of writing an analysis story.
Okay.
Those
So how old were you all this time? All this while?
Oh, in fact, it's a lifetime journey.
Okay.
Yeah, because the drawing just started when I was in class 1.
Yeah. So and you never stopped.
Yes, I never stopped.
You just
The
kept
writing. In fact, people used to laugh at me
Mm.
that how can your hobby be learning?
Yeah.
As a student, your hobby is learning.
All right.
So if you are not learning, what else are you doing?
Yeah.
You see, I was encouraged by my parents, siblings, and my environment in general
Yeah.
to keep on writing. Even though occasionally people used to laugh at me sometimes. So, in fact, as far as the journey is concerned, it's a lifetime. But in terms of performing,
Mm-hmm.
to the crowd, I was more of an introvert from childhood.
Okay.
I was very reserved.
Okay.
It was difficult for me to speak even in front of like 5 people.
Okay.
I was that quiet and shy.
Yeah.
But at the point, I have to acknowledge the contributions of Mr. and Mrs. Daniel Owusu Cranton,
Okay.
Mr. and Mr. Owusu Cranton in Tema.
Okay.
Yeah, I lived with them for some time and they sat me down. It was like a decolonization journey, kind of.
Okay.
They tried to reprogram me
Okay.
that everything I'm writing is something that is good, but the performance aspect,
Yeah.
the shyness has to
Yeah.
be annihilated and all that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was, but the MCing aspect started in 2004.
So we'll come there. We'll come
Yeah.
there. We'll come to you be an
Sure.
MC and all that.
Okay.
But you do drawing,
Yes.
and then now you go. You graduate. You go to palaces to ask questions and get information.
Yeah.
When you were doing all that, I know that you were doing it predominantly based on the Equiapum tree language,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But and then you go to school to your drawing and everything. What language were you writing at that time?
I was writing both English and Tree because I had the privilege of being taught how to read and write Tree even before I got to class 1 by my mother.
Wow.
Yes.
Because the amount of how do you call it? Not amount. The content of your tree language is so deep
Thank you.
that not ordinary person can translate what you are saying.
Sure.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So to have this idea of writing about a hunter, drawing a hunter, the language,
Yeah.
where I know that you will not be in class 1 to be able to write tree.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why I asked that question.
Yeah, I knew how to read and write the Tree before I even got to class 1. And I
Wow.
was writing everything in Tree.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that's how come that your tree is so good like that.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. So now you became an MC, not because one day you wake up and became an MC. I think it was a journey
Sure, kind of.
before you became an MC
Yes, yes.
to do this whole storytelling affiliation thing.
Yes.
Where and when was your first performance,
Okay.
and what made you to get to the journey of becoming an MC?
Okay. In fact, I never ever imagined or had a glimpse at any point in my childhood that I will ever hold a microphone
Okay.
because of my shyness kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So I only enjoyed writing and giving it to people to perform.
Okay.
So the MCing started just even though the preparation stage was there. But in terms of emceeing it, that was 2004.
Okay,
When
2004.
yes, I wrote.
How old were you by then?
If I have forgotten, I was 14 years.
14.
14 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So a friend of mine had lost his father.
Mm-hmm.
So the mother appealed to me to write the tribute for the children in a community.
Okay.
Because the people were they came from a Equatorial.
Yeah.
But they were living in Tema,
Mm-hmm.
Community 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So I only came in to write as a help for my friend. So after writing it, we went through the whole script in the morning with my friend and the mother.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he busted everything. When it was time for him to go and perform,
Okay, to go and read the tribute.
to go and read the tribute,
Tributes, yes.
all of a sudden, I don't know whether it was an arrangement between him and the mother or not, but he only started saying he was shy.
Okay.
Kind of stage fright, he can't do it. The
Yeah,
mother just pushed me.
You were shy too, so he.
I was more
And he
shy.
was, and he was your friend.
He was
So
like-
maybe he was also shy.
He just said the same.
Yes.
So he just vanished from there when he was
Oh, like he disappeared. He went away.
kind
He didn't want to be there.
yes. And the mother just pushed me that I should just read it. And there was no way I was going to read it. So I had to choose between not reading it and being embarrassed for the rest of my life. Or
Yes.
reading just one line here and go away.
Okay.
So the MC pushed me, the MC for the burial service.
Yeah.
He was a church pastor, kind of.
Okay.
And so he was handling that aspect,
Yeah.
the burial service. So he mentioned that, even if it's just one line, I should just read it.
Yeah.
So in fact, I went to hold the microphone not knowing what I was going to say.
Mm-hmm.
So everything I said was not part of the.
So you went off the paper
That's it.
and you just started.
And when I started, I don't know what I was even saying. It was just like that. It just came like that. And people started throwing monies to me,
Okay.
clapping, which is not, strictly speaking, part of a funeral protocol.
Yes.
Because of the sad.
Yes, because it's a sad moment and you don't expect people throwing money at you.
Thank you.
But because of the performance.
So they came in their numbers like that. And then when I finished, the Busuapen, that's the head of the clan, the family,
Yeah.
called me and mentioned it to me that he wanted me to be the MC.
Okay.
For the funeral itself. Yeah.
Okay.
That is after the burial service.
Okay.
After the burial and the burial and the interment.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked him what my role would be as a young MC of that big funeral.
Yeah.
Full of paramount cheese and all that.
Yeah.
So he actually taught me how to MC. Because I had never really been to a funeral before. So he told me this.
Yeah, because you were young.
Yeah.
Yeah. 14 years, you haven't lost any friend.
It
Yeah.
was all about announcing donations and acknowledging the presence of dignitaries, kind of.
Yeah.
So he was guiding me. But in fact, I started getting a lot of money from that particular funeral.
Okay.
People were just throwing money at me anytime I hold the microphone.
Okay.
So that encouraged me to overcome the shyness there, the money side.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's how I began.
Okay.
And by then I wasn't even holding it, I wasn't using a mobile phone.
Mm-hmm.
So people were just coming to me to get my contacts.
Yeah. Because you were a kid. You were 14-year-old.
Kind
So
of.
you don't see many 14-year-olds at that time holding mobile phone or having numbers because they are still under their parents.
Thank you.
Okay.
So people started coming for my contacts. And I wasn't even living with my parents. So it was only one family friend who
What were you living? Who were you living with?
I was living with a sister of mine.
Okay.
And then I was living at Committee 1.
In Tema?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So, but I was more of a Committee 4 boy.
Okay.
But at the time I was, I'm referring to, I was then in Committee 1. So, they came for my contacts, and the person I was very close to was a national service, fire service officer
Okay.
at around Committee 2. So I gave his contact to any of all those people who.
If they are looking for you,
yes,
they can call that brother.
And I didn't even treat it with any importance.
Yeah.
And he also didn't really know where I was living at that time.
Okay.
So once in a while, then I just pay him a visit. And sometimes I go and he complains that people have called him severally.
Yeah, where is the boy?
Where is the boy? And all that. And they are ready to pay any amount
for the boy to come.
Yeah.
And MC the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is when I started, taking it a bit more serious.
Yeah.
But I still didn't really plan performances.
Okay.
It just comes as and when the need arises.
Yeah.
And I didn't prepare for any program. People just call me that once you can do this, then come and MC our festival for us.
Okay.
Come and MC our birthday.
Yeah.
Our anything traditional or anything
of an African nature.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all that. So
okay, cool.
That's how the whole thing started. That was 2004, and the rest became a history.
Do you speak any other language again, apart from English and Twi?
Yeah, I speak Ghana too, but I'm not that eloquent as compared to the Twi.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can do a Ghana appellation too?
Yes, please.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, viewers, if you are watching us, we are in Ghana, the center of the world, latitude 0, longitude 0. And we are interviewing a gentleman. He hasn't mentioned his name yet, but it is because I have been captured by his whole griot history type of thing. We're gonna mention his name as we go. But he did an appellation in Twi, which is the most widely spoken language in Ghana. The capital city is called Accra, and he's going to do an appellation in Ghana. So this appellation in Ghana will be about what? Are we creating a personality figure?
No, this one I will do a normal poem.
Okay.
About unity or peace and love.
Okay, unity, peace and love.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Flow. Let's go.
Peshi Abduma Kotopong Ayikushi Kotopong Ghana Jaku Kotopong Kejeblema the baby Ablekuma Abakuma Eje ifong Krai Kejeblema the baby Tete bo ke ele iwo ke Ablekuma Abakuma Woke ekome fe mo konson afimo Ghana bi ve Achoi aka choche Kofi akom aka komoko ya boy aka je Ibrahim Dagati ni moro hu asumo mo kesane somone ake Ghana Womangana keje blima baby.
Yeah man. You feel well, at least you say you are not that eloquent in the language, but you put some piece together. You put some piece together. So where did you go to school?
In fact,
your high school.
My high school was Ashaiman Secondary School.
Ashaiman Secondary School.
Yeah, in fact, this KJ Blima, I used to be known there as KJ Blima because I was pushed into a talking drum, like drum language.
Yes.
Of competition. The inter-second cycle institutions called traffic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So all Ashaiman folks that know your man KJ Blima is in the house, okay? Yeah.
And I took the first position in the Tema district.
Okay, Tema district.
Yeah. Then I
okay. So you talk, and then the talking drum too can play your talk.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah. Do you play the talking drum yourself?
I used to play too.
Okay.
But with the use of the KJ Blima poem, someone else played.
Okay.
His name is Felix.
Okay.
Felix Apachu.
Yeah. Do you have anybody that can play with you now when you are doing the appellation in the Akan language?
Yes. I have a lot of
people.
Yeah.
They can play very well.
Sure.
Viewers, we're gonna come to the talking drum and the mobile phone invention in Africa, okay? When before the mobile phone and all the phones came into the world, our ancestors used to use the drum to talk.
Sure.
So we'll get there. It's a journey. Anyway, so when you were in the secondary school, high school, and you were doing all this, how did your teachers, how did your peers look at you, because you know, for you to be so on the journey of our culture on a deeper level, there is always an eye that people look at you with. What was your how do you call it, your experience?
Okay. In fact, when I was doing the appellations, I mean, with this particular poem that I'm talking about,
Yeah.
no, just one performance, but one thing was clear: I was too shy.
Okay, we're talking about the child here.
So a lot of people didn't even believe that I was the one who was on the stage.
Okay.
Because when you talk to me one-on-one, I may end up running away from you and all that.
Okay.
So that was it. But aside that, there were people who saw me as a Vincent.
Yeah.
And then there were people who also felt like, am I that archaic kind of?
Yeah. So you are outmoded. You think you are out of fashion.
Yeah. I mean, even speaking your local language, your Ghanaian language, we feel like if you really we are in an era of globalization, globalized world, global world, global village. So you should learn
how to speak English.
Yes, you should communicate in English, French, and those other so-called international languages.
Yeah, the whole colonization.
Yes,
thing.
so there were people who felt like I should shift gradually from the local
language
to the English.
Yeah. And
at the point it was getting into me.
Yeah.
But it took some chiefs
Okay.
And my parents and other people who were very conscious of the essence of African tradition and all that,
and the language
and all that, to encourage me never to drift in any way.
Yeah.
But at the point I started writing for the poems in English.
Yes.
That I've discarded most of them.
Okay. Yeah. So you feel like, as an appellator, or if I'm using the right word, as a griot, you feel the best way to communicate or to convey the message is to use your own language.
Yes. Because I respect my language.
My brother, what's your name?
My name is Fapempong Achampo.
Fapempong Achampo. And what is the meaning of Fapempong?
Great foundation.
Great foundation. Yes. Give your last appellation to the audience, and we will leave it like that until we come back again.
Ghana the Shimama Yadia Mre Yadia Yaseda, Apata Con, Ejikon, and Bombo, Precase Jana Nano Musti Anna Muhuma, Ejefima. A Bisensia man, son, and Anna myself in Penedria San. Nim or Manga Shasi Fititi. And you could see that Yahu Narachi as one found Waka. So TV would decam for O2 and Sana Fufre Team and then Sebe. In here said, be added any chair. In 10 times every keseso. Zo TV on a brain kesa or yabrano. Zo TV on a mamre kron ya mane kron edging teacher on a moswa doctor owns rap crowd. Would you for a uchu and son of Frettium or tinting gram with it tinting any drop and tinting cocoa about tinting with tinting up with him of you. And it is Zo TV would be a feeling shira and a tie yet. I change at the same Abra, a piao.
Zo TV talking points. Do not change the dial. Stay tuned.